In today's show, we're going to talk about Nintendo, because they seem to be the only people that are making any kind of news today. No, just Nintendo. No, wait! There's something from Xbox! Mad Mikey Gaming. G'day all you mad gamers, Mad Mikey here today with the Thursday's edition of A Day in This Gamer's Life, the show where I'm talking about what's going on in the world today in terms of gaming, as well as just what's happening with me. Don't forget, I only want one thumb, so give me one, just the one little thumb. And if you do like gaming and you like what you're watching, don't forget to share it with your mother, share it with your father, share it with your sister, share it with your brother, share it with your cousins, share it with your friends. Why? Because they might like gaming. So as I said, Nintendo still seems to be dominating a lot of the news going on around in the gaming world today. They had their Nintendo Direct today, which was solely focused on Fire Emblem. And they did not fail to disappoint today, although there was one little disappointment. The fact was that the next Fire Emblem coming out to the Nintendo Switch is set for a release date of 2018, not this year. So guys that were looking forward to a Fire Emblem game on the Nintendo Switch this year, I'm sorry guys, it's not going to happen. But what they've actually said is that it's going to be the next part in the story of the Fire Emblem games. The first one that's actually really blessed the consoles since Radiance on the GameCube. But the news didn't stop there for Fire Emblem. It honestly looks like it's going to be the year of Fire Emblem this year. First off, we've got a mobile phone game coming out on February 2nd on iOS and on Android. This game looks very much just like a simplified version of the Fire Emblem games. I haven't heard any news on if they're going to charge, if it's going to be free to play, if it's going to be like Mario Run. Not 100% yet, but they've only got a couple of weeks, so they'd better make up and tell us what they're actually going to do with it. But there's not going to be one, but there's going to be two Fire Emblem games coming to the 3DS this year. The first one being Fire Emblem Echoes, which is coming out on March 19. This game is actually inspired by the 1992 Japan-only release, Fire Emblem Gaiden. So a lot of us English-speaking folk, or anywhere else other than Japan really, because there's a lot of languages to really cover, we probably don't know about this unless you speak Japanese and you were able to import this game, which they didn't have region free back in those days, but we do now, so it's going to be everywhere. And everybody's really happy. And the next one coming out in fall for 2017 is Fire Emblem Warriors, which is very much like your Hyrule Warriors, your Dynasty Warriors, so they're actually really continuing on with this. This one's going to be pretty cool. I know that the Hyrule Warriors wasn't really that good on the 3DS, but hopefully they've learned how to optimize it by this stage. Hopefully they've been able to put a few firmware updates in the system, and does this mean that there'll be another 3DS? I think so. If they're putting all this money into this, this is what I'm actually going to be expecting. It's been a while since they've put out another 3DS or a more powerful one, since the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL. So that's my prediction. There's going to be a new one coming out sometime soon, which will be able to sort of just power on the 3DS brand so that we can continue to have awesome games, because there are a lot of awesome games on there. And also, staying with Nintendo, we're going to stick to the fact that there was a lot of news out today, or it may have been the day before, forgive me if I'm wrong, but there was a lot of the comparisons to what the differences between Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U and what it's going to be like on the new Switch. First one, obviously graphical differences. On the Switch, it's actually going to be 900p, whereas on the Wii U, it's going to be 720. I'm a bit disappointed the fact that it's going to be 720 on the Wii U. The Wii U has typically been a very powerful game. I mean, you look at Bayonetta 2, you look at all their games, really, they may not be sort of 60 frames per second, but they've generally been able to output 1080p, like even Xenoblade Chronicles, but that wasn't very graphically demanding though, was it? But at the 900p on the Switch, a lot of people are going to Open up the can of worms of 1080p. Meh, meh, meh. Guys, Rise on the Xbox, the launch title, 900p, still one of the best looking games on the system. So don't worry about it. Obviously, there's going to be higher texture, graphic differences, and draw distances from some of the pictures that we've seen. The icon buttons on some of the games are going to be different. So, I mean, it's not going to be anything hugely different. There's only going to be the special editions available on the Switch, not on the Wii U. So basically, you're going to get the game on the Wii U, and that's it. Bit of a letdown for Wii U people who've stuck there through thick and thin. The fact that they're not going to get the special edition when they've been promised that this game is going to be coming out on this console for so long, and now they're just going to get the game. Bit of a letdown, but hey, I'll be getting the Switch on launch, so I think I might get the Wii U version just in terms of collectors, because it's probably going to be the last Wii U game ever coming out. And just in the last bit of news today, guys, Resident Evil 7 is going to be the next title available in Xbox Anywhere. So basically what that means is if you buy Resident Evil digitally on PC through the Windows Store or on the Xbox 360, you will be able to play it on either or either. You can then download it on both. So if you're on the TV and you're playing a little Resident Evil and the missus is like, but I want to watch some girly show like The Bachelor, and you're like, oh, okay. So when you go over to your PC that is compatible to play that game, mine probably won't be. Vice versa, girls. If you're playing Resident Evil and you're really enjoying it, and your man's like, hey, man, want to watch basketball. You can say, okay, dear, I'm just going to go play on the computer. So I like what they're doing, but this is actually very left of field. I mean, a week before the game's coming out, they're actually announcing this. I suppose that would have been a good thing to sort of say, but you know what? It's out there. I don't know. Do you guys actually use that system? I tried it with Forza, but it just doesn't look the same. My screen is terrible. It's a 1080p one, but it's a really crappy 1080p one. But guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Are you looking forward to all these new Fire Emblem games? What is your favorite Fire Emblem game if you've got one? Guys, comment below. Let me know on everything that you're interested in with the Nintendo Direct today. I myself actually haven't watched it, so I'm going to go watch it now. Bye, guys.